Mliswa challenges General Chiwenga to build factories himself after rebuking Zvigananda. It seems General Varkupisa to the point there is a lot of uncertainty and panic as well as fear mukempi Zvigananda. After General Chiwenga spoke against Zvigananda, vachitaura nyaya yekuti vakai mafactory kana muine mari, and these are the things that we have always been saying. Tichitaura kuti mwa abantu lava vezezi mali ezinengi, imali yokuti avasakwazi kuti vathini ngayo. Why bengenzi izinto ezincedisayo ezinceda abantu beZimbabwe? Sei vasiri kuita zvinhu zvinobatsira vana veZimbabwe than just to buy cars for individuals. It's not everyone that is going to be on that car. Saka itai zvinhu zvinobatsira vanhu 3,000, 2,000, 1,000 at one go. That's when we will know kuti muri serious pane zvamuri kuita. So General Chiwenga challenged Zvigananda and said vese vari kubuda vachiti tine mari or whatever, toda kuona sincerity yenyu. We want to see how sincere you are by opening up factories for the benefit of people. And what did Mliswa say? As always, right? Mliswa, the spin doctor of ED and the propagandist too, who has been sent on a mission to slaughter General Chiwenga. He had to come out and say something. Anotofanirwa kuti ataure something Temba, because ari pabasa handiti ticket riri kutofamba, saka haangakwanisi kuti general votaura vochallenge Zvigananda iye owanikwa asina kubudawo kuti achallenge anything that general is saying. So Temba hatisatambomunzwa achiramba kuti Zvigananda hazvisi corrupt. We've never heard uTemba even ngelanga elilodwa nje esala ukuthi iZigananda azila corruption. Uyavuma ziviri uTemba ukuthi corruption ikhona kuZigananda. So he has to say something ngoba usemsebenzini ticket liyagika, right? Ticket riri kufamba. But at times, like what I was saying last time, pane imwe need yekuti vanaTemba vanyarare zvavo, because kune mamwe issues ekuti you can't argue against. There are some issues ekuti unongona kuti no, this is a ball in the net, this is a score, and there is no way I can come against this if I am going to be still taken serious by the people. Saka for him to abvise the responsibility from Zvigananda, like what he's trying to do, he cannot remove the responsibility from Zvigananda. Azvigoni. Responsibility iri kunzi kana imimi muine mari yakawandisa, use that money for the benefit of everyone, not for your own benefit or for the benefit of very few. And Temba is not supposed to be brushing that away and try and defend Zvigananda. Ashida kumisa Zvigananda per side. No, nobody can run away from that. It's a fact, and it remains true. So that's exactly the point that we are giving here. So we want to hear what Temba had to say, in a video where he is challenging General Chiwenga. But of course, Temba has not really made any impact like what we have said in the past. His impact has been almost zero.
Kuna vanenge vachita vawandaka, kune madragi, kune vanongofuma achingonyuka kuti ndaane mari pano, akaima factory kana mari dzakakuwandirai vanhu vaone mabasa. Akaima factory acho kuti vanhu vaone chi mabasa. Asi ndoda kuti kwamuri imi vechidiki, hakuna munhu anochauya kuno achizovakira muZimbabweni basa, ringava refactory, ringava remumining, ringava muindustry, kungaa kutourism, kungaa kukurima. Ari kutouya kuzoswa kutorera zvinhu zvakachenda kusha kwake.
Icho. First of all, the Vice President, retired General Chiwenga, is correct in talking about the country's economy, being made to grow through various sectors, industry, manufacturing, and so forth. But equally, it's important to also understand that he is in government. The government must come up with a conducive environment in which people can build these factories. The taxation issue in Zimbabwe is way up, and him sitting in cabinet, I would expect him to also push for a conducive environment. There's nobody who put in money where the environment is not conducive. The taxation in the country is way up. So what is he doing himself to ensure that the environment to do business in Zimbabwe is conducive? You know, we said Zimbabwe is open for business. Is the environment talking to that? Equally, he himself also is capable of also putting money into the manufacturing sector. We all have an understanding that he's a wealthy general, deriving his wealth from many businesses and so forth. So why is he not also putting money into that space? Secondly, it is also important to also appreciate the fact that people have their monies and they do what they want with money. You can't tell somebody to put money into something they don't believe in. And again, the situation in Zimbabwe, does it allow you to put money and you get your money back?
You see now. So how do you speak like that, Temba? How on earth would you say that you can't force people to put money in what they don't believe? And you are saying the economy of Zimbabwe, you can't plow anything and get a profit out of it. So in other words, you are saying that the Zimbabwean economy is just defunct, right? So you are admitting that Mnangagwa has failed Zimbabwe. There is no way you can do business, but ndiyo mantra yacho and ndo vari kuti Zimbabwe is open for business. Saka kana vari kuti Zimbabwe is open for business, create that environment. It's not about General Chiwenga as an individual. Tiri kuziva vanhu vari kurana show. Iwewe vanhu vauri kudefenda Temba Zvigananda ndivo vanhu vacho, the very same people vari kuuraya economy. Ndo vanhu vari kucorrupta Reserve Bank. Ndo vanhu vari kutora gold renyika, vari kutora nickel, vari kutora diamond, vari kutora lithium, vachi-externalize cash. Ndo vanhu vari kuita madhiri ese ekuma-passports, ndo vanhu vari kudhirisa vachitora ma-mines and so on. And they are making the economy unworkable. Saka who is to blame? Kana wakuti kwanzi everyone knows that you cannot plow anything into Zimbabwe's economy and get a profit out of it. And you know the same president wacho defender here who is presiding over that kind of an economy. So in other words, what are you saying, Temba? You are simply shooting yourself in the foot.
So that's also important. Business people are capitalists. What they want is to put in money and get their money back. Thirdly, the issue that you mentioned, that the foreigners coming and taking a lot out. What has the vice president done himself in coming up with a law that protects the Zimbabweans' resource? The late president, R.G. Mugabe, may so rest in peace, came up with an indigenization bill, act, which empowered.
And what did you do? Mnangagwa and the Chinese used the same indigenization bill of Mugabe to oust Mugabe out of power as a leverage for Mugabe to go. And what is the vice president done? Yet you also could kubata the principal. He's not the president. You must be asking what Mnangagwa has done, because he's the man in charge, right? Why would you skip a man at the top and want to blame somebody who is below on the food chain?
Zimbabwe is to control 51% and the foreigners 49%. And that 51% was made of 31% would go to the sovereign wealth fund, 10% to the workers, and 10% to the community. That is not there. And that's the only way that can comply foreigners investing in this country to do that. The Chinese, the vice president must also be honest. The Chinese are the people that has caused havoc in this country from a business point of view. Whether because Zimbabwe was helped in the liberation struggle and they are all weather friends, he also trained there. Does it mean that they are exempted from the laws of this country?
No, Temba, it's just much ado about nothing. The talk is cheap, right? The talk is cheap, Temba. Try something much better, because apana. Like it's always, you try to be verbose as you speak, but not making any point that makes sense. And Zimbabwean people have not taken Temba serious anyway. Saka, he can try. Achazama zukuru kuda kuzama kuta sell his idea but Zimbabweans are not buying it. Kuitenga, whatever suggestions that Temba is coming up with, and so on and so forth. In fact, you can never be able to separate Van Varim Zanpie. For example, he is on a mission to separate Mnangagwa, separate Zvigananda, at the same time, soil other people. That's how difficult it is. These people are all one. And the good thing about it is, unless somebody stands on their own and speaks the language, that person can never be different from the rest. Saka General Chiwenga of late is gaining momentum. He is speaking the language from any leader, right? If you speak on behalf of the minds of the people of Zimbabwe, definitely people of Zimbabwe will rally behind you. So Temba, whether you like it or not, the more you think you are soiling General Chiwenga, the man is gaining momentum. The man is rising even worse. And you are not doing a good job at all. In fact, you are doing a bad job for Mnangagwa, but a good job for General Chiwenga. Yeah, for your own information. And I wish you would know this. But anyway, ingwa yacho, isizini yacho, tagara tinoiziva kuti season yaifanirwa kusvika. Isikati vhele siyachaya nxaze sichayile hapana kokudzokerera sure. So let's keep watching as we pray. Tichinamatira nyika. Tinoziva kuti Mwari watinonamata akatendeka. He's a very faithful God, and we are definitely going to come out of this. Zimbabwe will never remain like this forever. There is a day that is coming. Zimbabwe ichasununguka, and then we shall see the Zimbabwe that we all want.